Yo, what's up? In this video, I'm going to tell you why this is the best computer I ever had. It's a MacBook Air M2, 13 inches. I even had more expensive computers like this MacBook Pro 16, but this is the best one. The reason is, first, it's a very portable machine. I can use it on my lap with no problem. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel hot. It doesn't heat me. Actually, I don't feel it heating at all. I monitor the temperature here. The maximum that I got was like 40 degrees in a kind of intense load. 40 degrees is like Celsius. Okay, that's the temperature of your skin anyway. So that's not something you're going to feel like it's very hot. But usually it's like 32 or so, even using it on your lap. So it's a very fast computer. If I compare it to the MacBook Pro 16, this is also M2. It is the same speed. I'm a data scientist. Okay, I'm not some computer specialist or reviewer here. I'm just a consumer. I ran some tests, and the single core speed on them is just the same. I cannot notice any difference in speeds. The only thing that I do notice is the lack of RAM. I don't notice the lack of RAM. The only time when I notice it, this is a 8 gigabytes machine, and this one is a 16. I only notice that when I do something specific, like loading a very large data frame, like in Python, like some programming specific thing, then you're going to require some RAM. Sometimes, only sometimes, rarely. Yeah, in my case, I do cloud computing, so I don't need any RAM anyway. So actually, I wouldn't notice it at all in general. Only in my previous job I didn't notice that. It's a very well constructed machine as well. Like, I used to own a computer that I also loved, the LG Gram 14 inches. And that was a lighter computer that was very good about it. Was much lighter than this one, was more comfortable to use. But it used to have a small problem where it was kind of flexy, right? It wasn't very stiff. This one is very stiff. Like, you cannot not feel any flex at all. It's a little bit heavy, I would say, for a computer this size, but it looks very good. Yeah, it looks very good. Yeah, you don't have much to complain about here. So if you want a portable computer that you can use on your lap, this is going to be perfect. Just to give you a reference, when I try to use this one on my lap, it kind of sucks, to be honest. Reason being, like, first it's hard to take it off from here because it's heavy. If you're going to carry it on just one hand, it's going to be very inconvenient. Also, there's a thing that people probably don't know about, but if you try to use it, you're going to notice is that even though this computer has the same chipsets, this one hates more than this one. I was expecting this to not hate at all, just like this one, but it does. You feel hot. The reason is, there are two reasons, right? So the first one is the display. It's a more powerful display, takes more power. So this one uses like on average 10 watts of power. I monitor the power here. This one is using 7 right now for some reason, but usually it's 3, probably because I just opened it, so now it's 4. This one uses like twice or 3 times as much power on average, but also when you use it on your lap, like this computer, you can use it any way you want. You can even like be holding it like this. Sorry for this noise. While watching videos, you can do it like this. You can put it here. Then you can change the positions a lot. I'm not going to do this with this one, but you're not able to change positions a lot. So you only have like one position you can have this on. Like you're going to like have it in just one position always because it's very heavy and big. You don't have a lot of options, so it's going to heat. So that's I think that's the main reason I would say. Now to the downsides of this one, I would say the main one is the display by far. That is that the display has the blacks are not very deep. This is not black, fine. This is gray here, but the top bar is black. This is not a good show of how deep the black is, but it's just like an LCD average kind of poor quality black, right? You can really notice that it's kind of gray, right? Also, the display is only 60. The frame rate is only 60. The FPS, right? Here it is like 120. You can really notice the difference. So this display is far better. First, you can notice the frame rate difference very much. It makes the computer feel much faster, more responsive. Makes a huge difference. Also, the blacks here are very good. They just look like OLEDs, just like your iPhone display, if you have for reference, right? So it is a mini LED technology. I used to not know about it. I used to think it was just going to be like an LCD. But actually it's like an OLED. The contrast is very good and the blacks are perfect. So this is a very good display. The other thing that I don't like is the keyboard. So the backlight bleeds a lot of light. I forgot to mention, this display, even though it's LCD and I complain about the quality, it doesn't have any bleeds in the edges of the display. That's very common in LCD, but you don't have it, like I cannot notice it here at all. My previous computers, like the LG Gram, the Galaxy Book S, also had used to bleed some lights. Now to the keyboards. You see, it bleeds some very ugly lights here. This one doesn't have this problem. It's almost doesn't bleed, or when it does, it's not in an ugly way like the other one. Also, the least bright setting, the dimmest setting, is still very bright. In my opinion, it could be dimmer, sorry. So this is what I think about this computer. I don't like the keyboard that much and the display. The battery is very good. Everything else is very good. This is the perfect computer. This is my favorite computer by far. And that's it. Thank you so much. See you.